Hello, cats and kittens, felines and felidae, humans and variant humans, and every race, class, and subclass. Welcome to another installment of Brainy the RPG Cat. Tonight, we are playing part 2 of our playthrough of Pokemeown Scarlet. And, well, I think the last time I played, it was this past Friday, I believe. And it was during an unscheduled stream. And so, that was by design. Do you still got Warhammer tagged entitled? Oh, I still do have Warhammer tagged entitled. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, Pokemeown. Scarl-cat. Okay. Okay. Hello, Red the Rabbit. Thank you very much for tuning into tonight's stream. I was just in the middle of changing the notification. So, I was playing this game this past Friday just to get through the boring tutorial part, but unfortunately, I started playing it on my own the next day, and then I realized that there was still a significant amount of the pregame that I needed to complete. So I went ahead and I completed that, and so now we have three distinct goals because this is an open world game. Is that first thing that we have to do is that we have to beat all the gym trainers and then defeat the Elite Four to win the Pokemon Championship. The second thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be fighting 5 boss Pokemon and taking the special select herbs and spices from them so that we can give them to our friend. And then the third thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking out Team Star. And we're going to do that by conducting several Pokemon raids that are unique to this game and is just works as a unique play mechanic for when we have partner Pokemon out. So we're going to be doing all of that. Well, we're not going to be doing all of that during this stream, but yeah, we've got our work cut out for us in tonight's game. So, at any rate, thank you everybody for tuning in. Once again, this stream is brought to you by GreatMedia.Games. We're partnered with GreatMedia.Games to bring you inexpensive TCG single cards. Visit GreatMedia.Games and use the code 1050 at checkout for 10% off your online purchase. And we are also brought to you by our donation campaign supporting Extra Life. GMG. OS Devon was kind enough in order to meet us in Hoff GMG's stream last week, which, you know, I should probably give them a shout out too. Alright. Last seen playing Minecraft, I know that. Boy, this was an old clip. I remember when, you know, we kind of semi used to do this together, is that he had a original
What's up, Andre?
league going.
Just making certified croc.
Everyone from GMG and RMP are just so freaking cool. I agree with you there. And yeah, so every once in a while I did co-commentary on this game, which was effectively his WWE Raw Fantasy League. So what's different and new between this and Sword and Shield? Well, first of all is that, you know, the difference between this game is, well, you're Googling that right now. I'm not so sure myself. Okay, so for starters, this game is actually an official open world game. Okay, let me go over to the other screen. Okay, so the game that came before it, Pokemon Legends Arceus, was a little bit more free roaming, but it also did have the limitation of having to go select 4 or 5 different maps in order to play on. So it wasn't a true open world game, but this one happens to be. The second thing about it is that you are capable of going to taking on all of these tasks in an individual order, and I'll pull up the map in a moment so I can show you specifically what that looks like. Um, you have a riding Pokemon, and the riding Pokemon also counts as the legendary for this game. And so it's a different one depending on whether you play the Scarlet or the Violet version. And so, effectively, over time, this thing learns how to move faster. It can also learn how to swim and fly. So this is your all-purpose Pokemon vehicle character. And so, let me take a moment and pull up the map. Oh, actually, it's this button I used to pull up the map. So, a significant amount of the areas around here just kind of have... oops. I did it again. I'm still getting used to the controls. So, right here is that I'm highlighting one of the Champions Road Pokemon trainers I'm going to have to fight. And so this is the whole of the island. The entire thing is just very, very round. And so, if I wanted to go in usual game order, I would fight up the pole all the way up here. I would get this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. But the game doesn't limit me that way because I can fight any of these Pokemon champions in order. There are also 4 members of Team Star, which is the evil Pokemon stealing team in this group, in this game. And they are... one of them is here. One of them is here. And, one of them is up here. So, yeah, the 3... So, then I think there's 4 members of them, and then I have to take them down. And then there's just these 4 open regions right here where a boss Pokemon has been seen. The boss Pokemons are guarding a special herb that one of my classmates desperately needs for some as of yet undisclosed reason. And so I'm going to help him with that. And yeah, of course, the professors are different, the school names are different. There's something in the neighborhood of, I believe, 60 new Pokemon that you can find in this. And this game also leads us up to having a full number of 1,000 total Pokemon. So you can catch the 999th Pokemon in this game, but you still need to do a special promo in order to upgrade it to the 1,000th Pokemon, which hasn't been announced yet, but they have shown it, and basically it's a Pokemon that's made out of 1,000 gold coins and is a steel type. So, yeah, don't forget getting a mystery gift Pikachu. Yeah, I have my mystery gift code on a little notepad to my side. I just want to make sure everybody gets them. Yeah, I appreciate you. So, I've been roaming around the open world a little bit, and probably something that I should show is these are all the Pokemon that I've caught so far. So this is 6, 12, 18, 21 Pokemon that I've... It's an internet claim. He's up until February. Okay, yeah. I will definitely do that. So I've been catching every Pokemon. Probably the only Pokemon that I don't have that I had previously caught was Zangoose, I believe that they're called. But yeah, every one of the Pokemon I've given a nickname to so far. This is a Sunkern named after my friend Lucas. There's Zack, the Psyduck. There's Lasgar, named after Lasgar Lockman. My Igglybuff is named after Marin. My Hoppip is named after Hoff. But I also have a Hoff in my party that is the new Pokemon electric type. I think those are called Pommies. And so this is named after Red the Rabbit. This is Red the Nacl, Nacl, That's supposed to be a rock Pokemon that's made out of salt. This is Death Drop. I think is named after Joey Death Drop, the a Rocky Mountain Pro wrestler. There is a Shinx named after Cinnamon Succubus. Um, so Orin, who I regularly play Yu-Gi-Oh with, is a Fletchling. Um, Bruiser well, another Rocky Mountain Pro wrestler, is named after a Spoink. Stone, after Evan Stone, also another one from Rocky Mountain Pro. Atiba, who is my... Okay, this is a Pokemon called Smoliv. Grass-type Pokemon based on an olive. JK Pop, which is a pair of tandem plush mice, is named after the most high-profile tag team in Rocky Mountain Pro right now. Lola, I forget the name of this one too. This is Oricorio, which is I believe it's a grass flying type, and she is based on she's based on a Lola the Explorer from Rocky Mountain Pro. This is a Batu, is my level 6. This is also a new type. Oh, check summary. This one is called a Tarantula. So Brad is, named after Brad. I think it's Brad Bellflower or Brad, and well, actually, it's just Brad, single name, Rocky Mountain Pro wrestler, and this is the new Poison type Wooper. That is, that's one of the regional variants in this game. This is the Bonsly that's named after Bruce Wayans. This is, this is the Mareep, who is named Drake. And I forget who he was in Rocky Mountain Pro, but it was definitely last name Drake. Then this is a dog type Pokemon that is named Mischief. And so it's named after Braun. And this is Gino, who is my level 7 Diglett. And they are the only one that I've caught so far with a Master Ball, because I was having a hard time battling Diglett without knocking it out. And so this is my main roster. Chat was originally my... well, I forget I've already forgotten what their first evolution's name was, but this one is called Florigato. And so this one is Devin. And so Devin happens to be my, I'm forgetting everybody's name. It happens to be my Lechonk, is my normal type. And Kite, named after the VTuber, is my Fido, which is a fairy type dog that is made out of bread dough. Level 13 is Yaden, after the boss of Rocky Mountain Pro, Mercury Yaden. And right now he's a Rookidee, but when he evolves, he's going to become a badass armored Pokemon, and so that's going to be a little bit more fitting. Level 13, I have Echo. I caught them as an Azurill, and now they are a Meryl. So, let me see. They're a combination of water and fairy type, so I have 2 fairy types on this team. And finally, Half. I have already forgotten the name again. Pommy. So, I've caught all of these Pokemon so far. I've managed to bring my level up to roughly about level 10 or 11, so I think it's a good time for me to start to battle my very first gym. And so this is the first gym that is on the standard list, and so I believe that the trainer here is a bug type. Yeah, good start so far. Absolutely. Oh. Oh, hey, Brainy. There's Nimona again. Came to see this gym, huh? That could only mean one thing. You're out to earn some gym badges and take on the Pokemon League, aren't you? Yes, I am. Yes, I knew it. I'm so glad that I asked you to do it. She is way too into Pokemon battling. But I guess she has to be to actually encourage you to do this. Before you can battle the gym leader, you've got to pass a gym challenge set by them. The gym test. Each gym's test is different. If you ask the lobby staff about it, they'll tell you what's up. Here, have these. When you use them, consider me healing up your Pokemon. Yeah, 3 super potions. I think I've already bought something in the neighborhood of 20 regular potions and about 5 fresh waters. I'm so glad that you're aiming to be a champion too. I probably should have gotten some... I think I have like 5 revives. Nimona looks a little old to be starting her Pokemon journey. Well, as a matter of fact is that she's already a Pokemon champion. She was put into the Pokemon Academy as as my senior and one of the Academy's hall monitors. And so she's already... So that is to suggest that she has already won the Pokemon Championship tournament once, but she's going a little bit easy on me just so that she would be able to train me. She's class president, IIRC. Yeah. She is. Welcome to Cortando Gym. Let me register as you as a challenger. Your name is Brainy, yes? Great, now in order to face Gym Leader Kathy, first you'll need to pass the gym test. Here at the Cortando Gym, that means taking on the olive role. Olive production is a big part of life here in Cortando. We've held the Olive Harvest Festival here each year for generations to usher in bumper crops. To pass our gym test, you will need to roll an olive-shaped ball all the way to the goal. Your efforts should help ensure we get a great olive harvest next year too. Wow, what is this? This is like olive pagan ritual right here. The staffer at the olive rolling field will explain the rules to you in further detail. I'll register the location on your map. It's just to the north of town. Now get out there and have fun. So this is something that was introduced in Sword and Shield, is that nowadays not only do you have to beat the gym trainers and the leader, but they also do have a special challenge for each and every single area. So we're going to go out into this open field and we're going to participate in this pagan olive rolling ritual. I say this as a 30-something looking to buy this game. Well, 28, and my partner got it for me. Well, I happen to be 40, and I'm still playing Pokemon. So, make of that what you will. It's a good way to describe the timeless appeal of this game. Alright. Welcome to the olive rolling field. Gym test is all about stamina. You'll need to push with all you've got to get a large olive ball rolling and make it all the way to the end. Get the ball over various obstacles and push it into the goal to clear the course. Now that you're all filled in, are you ready to start the gym test? Alright. Put in a wish for a good olive harvest and roll, roll, roll away. Everybody likes Pokemon. Whether JRPG will challenge you to roll an olive around an open field, much to the pleasure of the local citizenry. I mean, it could be worse. It could be the lottery. Okay. Let's push some olive. Roll in the olive, roll in the olive. Roll in the olive. Says, I hope Popeye is not so angry so as to me rolling the olive. Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to do this, but I'm also going to do this while fighting gym trainers because I want to beat the gym trainers in the field as well. If you beat me, I can take a shortcut. Okay, that might be useful now. She's gonna battle me with like 4 Smolives. Oh, well, okay, my mistake. I'm getting a little bit too ahead of the page today. Why did you buy Pokemeown Scarlet Red? There's an Olive Garden in it. Yeah. So be prepared to treat me to unlimited breadsticks after I beat this Pokemon trainer. Alright. Let's try a bite instead. Nope, does normal damage. It's probably a mistake to do all of this with my grass type, but... Alright. There we go. Down goes Cricketune. So, the name of the first evolution is Sprigatito. That only just came to me. And so now it's Florigato. Okay. I've defeated her one Cricketune, and now she's going to put aside the small evolve for me. Look at the little one run away. Gym leader used endless breadsticks. Red fell asleep. Had a major league sugar crash. Alright. Can I just roll the olive over the hill? Okay. The goal is just past here, but I'm also going to fight you because you're also a trainer. Alright. Gym trainer Antonio. Senana Venonat. Well, this is even worse for my grass type because that is both a bug and a poison type. So, what do I want to counteract it with? Oh, Devin just learned a ground attack, so that should probably be useful. Alright. Supersonic, I'm about to get confused. You look at me, be confused. Alright. Yep, I hurt myself. Crud. This is going unnecessarily comedically. Now I'm being poisoned too. Wow. This guy brought his A game. Alright. Okay, but I'm gonna get the mud shot this time. That didn't do a lot of damage. I die. I'm only fighting one opponent right now. Would doing a normal Terra Stellize help me? Gosh, I still have Tackle on this Pokemon. I should have gotten rid of that a while ago. Let's see if I can use this in order to boost up the power of my normal moves. By the way, this is Terra Stellizing, which is effectively the same as the giant mode that you're capable of achieving in Sword and Shield. Still confused, unfortunately. Turns you into a Swarovski. It turns you into a Pokemon wearing any number of carnival hats. Okay, I think despite my beef up, this is probably going to be the end of Devin here. Okay, I have been reconfused. That actually did some damage. Ordinarily, yeah, confusion doesn't do damage. Okay. Oh, I'm such a dullard. I probably should have been using my flying type this whole time. Okay. Peck. Okay, this time I avoided the supersonic. This thing has both supersonic and confusion. It really does want you to get caught in a confusion trap like I just did. Alright. There's Gym Leader Antonio. Your mighty will blew past me after all. I won 1,000 Pokebucks for that. Alright. So. Finishing rolling off the olive. Totally worth it at this point. There we go. I have passed the olive roll challenge. Maybe there's going to be like additional challenges where I have to do that a little bit faster. I don't really know. Your guess is as good as mine. What a performance. I'm sure we can look forward to a great olive harvest next year. I'm happy to declare your gym test officially shared. Congratulations. Please report your result to the lobby staff at the gym. Good luck in your battle against Katie. Katie. Okay, well. First things first. Oops. I almost stepped on a the Igglybuff. I'm gonna dodge that for now. Get across this field and back to the Pokemon Center. Alright. I take my Pokemon for a few seconds. That fried rice on the billboard above looks pretty good. Okay, yeah, we should be better now. I went ahead and I charged up your Terra Orb too. Yes. So now I can Terra Stellize during the Gym Leader battle. So once again, I am pretty sure that this guy is going to be a bug type. So I should go ahead and I should change positions and put my flying type in the first slot. I ant the Ice Cube possible. Alright. Here, I rolled your stupid olive down the field. I hear that we're on a roll back there. Oh yeah, yes, sick humor. You've now earned the right to challenge the gym leader. Okay. Are you ready to challenge Katie the sugar bug? Yes. I knew it. Was a bug type. Okay. Take me to the battle court. See, getting a flex in here. Hello, Katie. Her Pavilion looks pretty popular. Very particularly powerful. And also popular, most likely. Oh, what a lovely trainer you are. Thank you very much for your skillful olive rolling. It was quite impressive. Oh, did I forget to introduce myself? Forgive me. My name is Katie, and I'm the owner here at Patisserie Soapberry. Oh, that's right. I'm not in my shop. I'm on duty as leader of the Cortando gym right now. Forgive me, my name is Katie, and I'm the gym leader here in Cortando. And if I actually stopped by our shop before this would have come as slightly more of a shock. My main line of work is crafting sweets as a pastry chef. Little sweets that bring happiness with just one bite, bug-type Pokemon hiding in foliage. Both are very small and yet very powerful. Don't let your guard down unless you would like to find yourself knocked off of your feet. Alright. So, Nimble. It's a cricket-type Pokemon. Don't take my bug-type Pokemon lightly. You'll be in for a world of pain if you do. Said no doughboys. Let's see. Let's start with a peck attack. Okay, that didn't do a lot, unfortunately. Struggle Bug is not going to be very effective. Let's see. Let's try a Leer. Maybe I can lower its attack a little bit. No, defense. That's what I need to lower. I need to lower its defense. Alright. More pecking. Okay, that went a lot better. Flying attacks don't do much against Bug anymore. Flying attacks are doing just fine, but it's a little bit of a difference between level and the creature's defense right now. Okay. So Tarantula is going to come out next. As the thing, do I have more than one type that would be better against bugs? No, I don't really. Do I have any moves that are good against bugs? Yeah, no psychic at the moment. Ground wouldn't be good. I do have poison off of Kite. So let's try that. No, actually, Lick is a ghost type attack. Oh, I made that mistake. Alright. Yeah, all of these are actually normal attacks. Let's try a Lick. That did a normal amount of damage. Okay. I'm gonna do a Covet. Maybe I'd be able to swipe an item off of it. Nope. No items on this gym leader's Pokemon. Give it a bite. Okay, yeah, this is going normally. Bug Bite is not very effective against a fairy type. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, Tarantula fated. Okay, Kite wants to learn Baby Doll Eyes. Let's see. I definitely should replace Growl because Growl is a little too basic. Growl lowers attack stats, and so does Baby Doll Eyes, so yeah. I want to replace Growl with Baby Doll Eyes. Alright. Okay, Teddiursa. Teddiursa is not a bug type. You gotta be kidding me. So, Teddiursa is actually a normal type. Unfortunately, I don't have any fighting moves at the moment. So, I'm gonna try to use the fairy type here. Oh, you're quite good, aren't you? How should I roll things out from here? Okay. Let's try those Baby Doll Eyes. Time to break free from your cocoon and come into your own. Oh, she's gonna Terrastellize Teddiursa, because of course she is. It has a bug crown. So that's the other bonus when it comes to Terrastellizing, is that sometimes you can run into specific Pokemon that have a different type added to them when they Terrastellize. So I don't think I don't think I got my move to go through because of that. So let's Terrastellize and then let's use Lick. Yeah, it's a neat feature. Here I am fighting a bug-type bear. So that's what the Fairy Crown looks like. Feast your eyes on my shining bug decoration, though this one is not so sweet. Okay, Fury Cutting. Okay, that was not very effective. So I think we're at least getting somewhere. Do you have an item? Let's try using Covet. Nope. This is not going well. Okay, how about a Bite? Yeah, this is all doing normal damage. Okay, yeah. Well, there goes Kite. And I wasted my Terrastellize too. I should have used it for the flying type. But oh well. Yaden with the W. Against a bug type, how would a dark type move do? I probably shouldn't hang on to Power Trip because that move becomes stronger whenever you use buffs, and I don't think this character has any buffs on it. Ooh, wow. I have been fainted. I'm not even entirely sure which move did it. I might be in trouble here. Alright. No fire types? No, I don't have a fire type. The closest thing I have to a fire type right now is the Robin flying type that I have in my box, but I don't think it knows flying type moves yet. There's another Fury Cutter. Oh wow, I think it's starting to increase in attack. And so, yeah, the Fury Cutter has become enough in order for me to one-shot my Pokemon. We are in trouble now. Hello, Lester, by the way. Thank you very much for tuning into tonight's stream. I have a Quick Attack and I have a Nuzzle. I'm going to try to see if I can, yeah, paralyze this one. Just the off chance that it will not actually do this awesome attack that is currently fainting all of my Pokemon. Alright, I'm bringing out chat, but I'm going to do it sacrificially. And then I'm going to see if I can use Revive in order to pick up one of my other Pokemon. Let's see. Use this item. Let's try to bring you back. Have you been taking advantage of quick battles? No, not really. I've been doing a bunch of regular trainer battles. Unfortunately, Yaden didn't heal to full. It really helps, yeah. I need to do that. To spam the heck out of it with wild Pokemon. Okay, Slam! There we go. Finally, we've got something that does some real damage. And we also have one that has a real defense. So, Echo's going to pull out the win here. Oh, that one was an avoided attack. You might have already spoken too soon. Yeah, now he's fainted. Dang it. Well, I'm in trouble now. Yeah, Yaden is my only Pokemon that's up. Okay. Let's try to be first with the peck. Oh, thank goodness. Yaden is getting all the EXP from this now. Sheesh. Just barely pulled that one out. All of my sweet little Pokemon drop like flies. Your strength rose during our battle like a nice bread in the oven. I feel like I may need to work on my own strength as well. Congratulations, you passed. As proof of your victory against me, allow me to present you with this gym badge. I hope you'll enjoy it alongside a heaping serving of some of my deluxe handmade treats. Hooray! I get cupcakes. Probably the best thing a gym leader has ever given me. With one gym badge at your possession, Pokemon of up to level 25 will be easier to catch and will listen to your commands as well. I see you have quite the appetite as well. How about a little TM as frosting on this cake? Okay, I've got a Pounce now. Pounce, I believe is a fighting move. I'm not entirely sure, though. Once you found a TM during your travels, you use a TM machine to make copies of that TM. You did know that, right? I wish you luck in your future adventures. May they be as sweet and lovely as a good dessert. Off you go until then, until we meet again. And here's your badge. Forget the badge. Give me your cupcakes. That is going to sound really bad out of context. Hey, Brainy. Nomona is calling me on my phone, which also has a Sprigatito skin on it. Just have to tell you, my new Pokemon are learning some pretty new cool moves. Be ready. How'd it go at the gym, by the way? It was pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie about that. Sure, you big joker. I bet you walked out with a badge, didn't you? I'm so glad I encouraged you to take on the gyms. Nice job, past me. I'm training hard too, by the way, day and night, going all over the place to boot. Thank goodness we've got the map app. It helps a ton with figuring out where to go next, especially in a huge place like Paldea. After all, the path to getting stronger usually has some strange stops and detours. Speaking of going strange places, I wonder what Arvin's up to. Anyway, catch you later. I hope you know I'm going to want to battle if we run into each other. So Arvin is the student that wants me to take on the boss Pokemon. So they've each given me a tip about, how I should travel the land. Is that if I want to fight the easiest boss Pokemon, I have to go to the east side of the island. Well, currently I'm on the west side where the easiest Pokemon gyms are. Alright. Heal my Pokemon. They are all fainted except for my Rockety. Alright. So let me take a moment, let me look at this TM that I just got. I have one Mud Slap. Is that different from the mud attack that I have right now? I'm not sure. A Low Kick, which is a fighting type move. A Pounce, which is actually a bug move. That's interesting. And none of my Pokemon can currently learn it. A Swift, a Stored Power. A Stored Power is a psychic move. Can attack the user attacks the target with a stored power. The more the user's stats are boosted, the greater the move's power. Unfortunately, none of my Pokemon can learn it. And Rest, which everybody can learn. Alright. Been having some nice battles. Hello there, I'm a Pokemon League representative. Been having some nice Pokemon battles. If you defeat 5 trainers, there's a lovely prize with your name on it. I've defeated 2 trainers so far. Okay. So we're going to make our way up Victory Road and we're going to take on the next gym. In the interval, we're going to find some Pokemon to catch. Say, I forget if I had one of the squirrels. I don't believe that I do yet. No, I don't. So, let's try to battle Squirrelus Normalis. Alright. I just hit it once, but I'm pretty sure a Pokeball will work from here. Okay, taking suggestions in chat about what to nickname this one. It's time for a Gestermon. Okay. I'm going to nickname it Gestermon. Alright. And then I will put it in the box. Alright. Pretty sure I'm just heading completely north here. So just like with Sword and Shield, there's these areas that are glowing, and it leads to a crystal area where you fight one of the specialist Pokemon that gains a different type when it's terrestrialized. Oh, actually, no. That's it. That is unmistakably a shiny Diglett. Say, what secrets do you have for me, shiny Diglett? Oh, well, first of all, it's going to terrestrialize immediately. That's what the ground hat looks like. You cannot catch Pokemon while it's terrestrialized. Well, yeah, I think that one's pretty obvious. Let's switch to the grass type this time. So I hit it with a magical leaf. Okay, that almost did it in. I'm just going to knock it out because, regrettably, it doesn't have a special type, so... And I already have a Diglett, so there. I had to use a Great Ball in order to catch it. Okay, let's pull out the bike. Okay, trainer battle over here. Okay, once again, I'm putting chat back in the lead. Because chat deserves to be in the lead. Check me out, I'm 60 and still kicking. I'm even off to take on a gym. Manuel the student. He is awfully old to be a student, isn't he? Definitely start doing the auto battles with wilds. Yeah, I should be doing that. How hard is it going to be to beat a level 9 caterpillar? Yeah, thought so. Check me out, I'm 60 and getting beat before I even get to the gym. See, that guy is 60 and he's still playing Pokemon. So how does I do that again? Yeah, okay. So this is the special raid mode that I was talking about previously. Is that if you just have your Pokemon out, you can just sick them on low-level Pokemon and you'll get a little bit of experience every time it beats one. I think it hit something that I don't have yet. Oh, it's a cricket toad. All right. The original cricket Pokemon. Let's just move this camera over to where things are visible. Oh, no, it fainted. Well, I haven't caught one of those yet. See, I tend to like this mode because it's a lot, I think it's a lot neater than some of the other Pokemon companion modes that have been in other versions of this game. You know, there is really just more of a vanity thing. Oh, I picked out my favorite Pokemon. Now it's going to follow me wherever I go. Cortando, I believe I just came from Cortando. Alright. See if I can actually leave it standing this time. Ooh. Got me back with a bug move. Okay, once again, chat. Give me a nickname for the Cricketot. Cricky, okay. Oh, Cricky, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Cricky. Carl's Jr., I'll remember that for the next one. Let's see if we can find something appropriate for Carl's Jr. There is Starly around, I don't have one of those yet. I feel like, you know, between me and my Pokemon, I'm starting to squeeze that Starly a little bit. Hey, you gonna get in the ball or what? Carl's Jr., funk you, I'm eating. If you get that reference, you get a gold star. Well, I'm not getting a gold star. Maybe it's because they do all the Rick and Morty commercials. That's the best I can figure. Wait, save Carl's Jr. for a Starmie or a Staryu. Well, maybe any star-shaped Pokemon. Okay, somebody give me a nickname for this for the Starly then. Idiocracy. Oh yeah. Because, you know, I do feel like, you know, they just make slogans that sound like that. And it's just another proof that idiocracy is coming true in real life. Birdmon. Alright. Oh, I didn't mean to put caps on. Okay, Birdmon. Harvey Birdman. Habeas Corpus. Power of Attorney. Alright. Almost at the Pokemon Center. I love that he's voiced by the boss from Office Space. Yeah. I don't I have the actor in mind. I'm trying to remember what his name is. Cole? Ted Cole? No, I don't think that's quite it. He also played Mike Brady in the Brady Bunch movies. Gary Cole, that's what it is, yeah. Um, see, which way are we even going? See, I need to go a little bit more westward if I want to hit the next Pokemon gym by the end of tonight's stream. Let's speed this up a little bit. I assume that this area just has Pokemon that I've already caught. Here, are we schoolmates? Okay, another trainer fight. Let's pool our knowledge and trade tips after a battle. Carlos, the student. Tadbulb. Okay, clearly an electric type. Okay, magical leaf. Oh, one hit it. So tadpoles are the pre-evolution of that freaky-looking electric frog type that they showed in the previews. How do you know so much more than me when we've been taking the same classes? Because I'm gonna be the very best that no one ever was. See, I don't think I can get across the creek yet. Even if I do use this guy, yeah. You managed to scramble back out of the water. You regrettably can't scramble back out in the water on the opposite shore. So, eventually, I'm gonna have to follow this river until I can see my way across it. At least that is the assumption that I'm operating off. Oh, Pikachu. Hello, Pikachu. Let's make this painless. Oh, female Pikachu, too. Chat, you know why Pikachu's very distinctive... What distinctively look like when they're female. Okay, thankfully that wasn't going to KO you. Usually I find that it's the original 150 Pokemon that tend to have the least HP. Yeah, Pikachus are female because of the little heart on their tail. Okay, that was an instant catch. Okay, chat, what do I nickname the Pikachu? Let me see. First, I've got to choose a new move. Pluck has a power of 60 over Peck, which has a power of 35. Although it might also be useful, yeah, to replace Fury Attack, because Fury Attack, while it hits multiple times, it also is very, very weak. So I'm just going to replace that. Okay. Bob or Steve? Well, I'm gonna use Devin's suggestion of Sparky. Alright. Bob is Steve's probably not good names for a female Pokemon. Alright. Pikachu number 74 in the local dex. Okay, that's a TM for fake tears. What are you? You're a terrestrialized Meowth. Yeah, TMs are consumable again, but you also have the ability to craft them when you're at any Pokemon Center. And you can get the recipe for TMs that you've already owned. Okay. If I could catch this one, this would be really, really useful. Well, a lot more so than the Diglett that I had met before. Okay. Let's just try to quick attack on you. Alright. Yeah, this one has the Fury Swipes. Okay, quick attack again. Fortunately, I haven't broken the Terra Stellize. I don't think I can hit any weaker than that. Well, this is going to be regrettable. Oh, no, actually. They get a little bit of extra defense when they're in that mode. Alright, what are we naming the Meowth? I could still use Bob or Steve. Payday. Okay, let's name it Payday. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we can actually find our way on the other side of this cliff. Oh, well. Not before just stepping on the tiny Pokemon. Oh, it has Sturdy, because of course it does. Paul. Use Paul if you can only name the other three John, George, and Ringo. Say, I don't think that there is a way across this valley. I'm probably going to have to find another task to accomplish to get the means in order to cross this river. See, what is that tiny little thing? I don't think... Well, clearly it's a Pokemon I don't have yet. I almost mistook it for the Caterpillar once. Oh, a Gibigold coin. So, I believe that collecting 999 Gimagools in this game is the first step to getting the 999th Pokemon. Okay, so I think probably the very next thing I gotta do is I've gotta find Devon. Well, I gotta find the in-game Devon. See, I don't have one of these yet. This is a Shroodle. Oh, one hit it. And at this rate, I'll never get one. Okay. Echo wants to learn Bounce. Bounce is a flying type move, power 85. It might be better than a normal type move with power of 80. Okay. Let me check my map so I can find an actual waypoint to go to. Yeah, this is the next trainer. At Alfornada. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to go south and then I need to go northeast. That's what I need to do. I need to travel to the very end of this river in order to find the mouth of it. That's what I need to do. I understand that now. Oh. I also forgot companion Pokemon. Yeah, chat wore out and came back to me. See, I'm not entirely sure that this raid mode is going to be entirely effective, at least until I go up a few levels. All right. Yeah, beat up all of the dogs specifically. Oh, you know what? It's weak at the moment. Okay, have I found my way to the mouth of the river yet? Yeah, in order to get through this, I would have to go through that cave. Okay, well, chat is weak. I need to give it a medicine. Okay, fresh water restores 30 HP, but lemonade restores 70. And super potions do 60. Okay. Well, I'm going to use regular potions for now. Press the minus button in the pause menu to auto heal. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. I arrived at my destination. You don't say. I had no idea where I was going. Do you know the way? Where am I supposed to go from here? I haven't got a clue. I'm just aimlessly wandering. Well, that makes two of us. Up, we're in trouble here. Okay, we want something that's anti-fire. Well, of course, that would be Echo. Okay, now I need to fight a Sableye. A Sableye is supposed to be a ghost type, I believe. Do I have anyone with a fairy move right now? Probably just... Yeah, well, Kite has baby doll eyes. Echo has charm, so I'm going to keep Echo out. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's not going to be too useful either. Boing. Okay, I skipped a Leer. Shadow Sneak did not work either. Okay, calm down now, Echo. Thank you. I cause paralysis. Okay, bubble beam. Echo has a helping hand. I haven't gotten in a 2-on-2 battle, so that's not going to be useful yet. Was losing to you supposed to help me find my way? Well, next time don't challenge me to a fight. Okay, so it will be easier for me to find this next gym entrance. Say, if I exit... Let's see. Let me go back to the main city. So another thing about this game and the more recent ones is that you don't have to teach Pokemon HMs to do things. Here you take what is called a Sky Taxi and then you just fly to a nearby Pokemon Center. Okay, so let's plot our course. So what was the issue I was having from leaving from Los Platos? That's a "you are here" symbol. Let's see. So yeah, I already beat the Cortando gym. I've got to go to this one next. Or is that a different one? This game is not giving me very good indicators. I think that's a Team Star member. That's a Team Star member, and then the second gym is over here. Well, anyways, I just need to go up and out that way. It's surprisingly bare, yeah. But you know, anything that is not an in-game area is an area where I can just run around and freely catch Pokemon. Okay. So I believe I beat him already, yeah. It's so massive that you're going to get lost unless you check your map app. Well, I'm checking my map app, I'm getting lost anyway. Okay, so I'm all the way down here. So, you know, honestly, I don't think I can go here yet. What I need to do instead is I actually need to go to the first boss Pokemon section, which is at the very end of this river. We're gonna operate on the hunch here. See, now the map is flipped upside down. That isn't useful. Okay, so the first boss area is all the way over here. And this is a... Oh, this is the second gym. So, Tulip, challenging Tulip, more than likely going to be a grass-type Pokemon. Is there a way for me to put a waypoint on the map? Let's see. Okay, set as my destination. Okay. Okay, now I have a waypoint finder. I don't know how helpful that's going to be. I can still run into some terrain that I can't cross at the moment, but... C'est la guerre. Oh, yeah, see, there we are. The way the path looks on the map, it looks like it's a path that I can go all the way across, but nope. Not me. What I need to do is I need to get up on that mountain. Try to see if that's even like a thing that I can do. Oh, hey, Dunsparce. You know, I want a chubby snake with wings. Who doesn't want one of those? Glare paralyzed me. Boy, this thing has got a thick skin. Okay, you know what? Let's just try to catch you at this energy. Nope, of course that didn't work. Okay, there we go. Devin wants to learn Covet. Okay. I have one Pokemon that already knows Covet. Let's see. What would be better here? I mean, well, Covet has automatically got to be a better move than Tackle, so... Hoff wants to learn Dig. Let's see. It's interesting to have an electric type with a ground move. No, you defeated my ability to breathe autonomously. That happens sometimes. Yeah, instead of Growl. Alright. Okay, what do I name the Dunsparce? Do you want me to do Paul, George, John, and Ringo now? Alright. He scared the crap out of me. So this is one of the new Pokemon from Sword and Shield. I barely know what it is. I think it's supposed to be a tiny poison type. Okay, I'm gonna need to cure paralysis in a minute. Say, who just learned the dig attack? You know, it suddenly occurs to me that I'm fighting Pokemon that are level 23. And that's why I'm having such a hard time beating them. Yep. Nope. This is going to become really complicated after a while. Yes, let's lick the poisonous animal. Oh, thought I had that time. Jeez, why is everything up on this cliff paralyzing me? There's a Riolu over there. If you thought this was hard, what if I try taking on a Riolu after this? Okay, this one would be the Paul. Alright, so... Okay, once again, let's look at the map, try to figure out where we're going. Okay, so we're still traveling reasonably east from here, and the gym is this way. So I assume that I'm going in the right direction. If the right direction is around this mountain, trying to skip on Pokemon training for a little bit. Yeah, I'm going too far up and around. I need to start coming down the mountain and then going around it. Oh, there's the town right down there. This was easier than I thought. Well, hang on. Is it the right town? No, I don't believe it is, but this may still be a rest stop. Oops. I stepped on a bird. I'm starting to see level 3s again. Yeah, I think I'm going the right route this time. Because I hope I'm not just finding my way back to my own house, because I think that's what's down there. Of course, even if I do find myself at my old house, I can rest and I can take all these status effects off. Yeah, that's precisely where I am. I'm at the player character's house again. Alright. Well, I'm coming in just to use my bedma. Yes, I know it's my bed. Can I use it to heal, or do I need to talk to my mother? There we go. Okay, so if I'm back at my house again, I should be traveling west from here. Which I assume is supposed to be this way. Did I take myself off the path when I fell down here? Yeah, I think I did. So you're looking at the future, folks. This is what the Pokemon games are going to be from now on. See, it keeps leading me in this direction, but that direction has a broad cliff face on the end of it. Oops, what I hit this time. See, I'm certainly not going to get there from here. So I think I needed to be up the mountain. I needed to stay up the mountain. So I was up there before. Hiking's real simple. My goodness. Look at the upper body strength on this woman. Rule 1, work those legs. Rule 2, work those legs. You're obviously not following your own rules, lady. Alright. Roly-Coly. I'm pretty sure Roly-Coly is a rock type, so this should work out. Yep, there we go. You want to know the third and fourth rules? There are none. It's all legs. Put all of your feelings, put all of your bad feelings into your muscles. And if you don't have room for them anymore, get bigger muscles. Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay, I can jump over the island. Question is, can I jump back? Oh, psh. Hello, Choodle. Wasn't expecting to run into you out here, quite literally. Oh. Choodle was not so strong. Up. Nope. Have I just trapped myself on this tiny island now? Alright, let's see here. Oh, hello, Poison Whipper. Oh, no. Come on, I follow the water. Just don't count me out for having fallen in the water. This game has had quite enough of my monkey shines at this point. You know, I should really stop trying to jump things. Okay, so now that I'm back on the hill, can I actually steer myself around the hill in a way that will get me to the destination point? Because I have no business being on this mountain right now. I found an Ultra Ball. I found a Max Ether. I'm finding some really powerful items over here. Oh, there's a ghastly. Okay, almost there. Really am spamming the run button at this point. Uh-oh. Have I hit another wall? No, but I've hit a Phanpy. What are Phanpies? I believe they're ground types. Yep. See, what is this one? It's a level 17 and I'm about to catch it. Alright, I believe this one is the George. Well, now I'm in trouble because I can't get over this cliff. See, I should have just continued climbing the hill. I should never have tried to get off of the hill. Presumably I can get anywhere from any point in this game, but I still have to pay attention to, you know, what the terrain looks like. Like Icarus, I flew too close to the sun. Well, speaking of things that have flown too close to the sun. Because while I was at the very top of the mountain, you know, I saw Pokemon that are level 25, and now I'm getting back to Pokemon that are about like level 15, level 16, which is the same level as my team. I see a Pokemon Center like way over there. It's supposed to be on top of the mountain along with me. Hey, what are you? Okay, yeah. See, I've been playing this for too long. I thought I was seeing Sylveon. So once again, if I follow the map path that way, then I'm not going to be able to find my way off of the mountain. But if I actually climb the mountain, I might find a way across. This is what I am currently operating under. Here I am. I'm going to think and grow taller. Okay, so you are a Toxel and you're level 19. Very good to know. There's a Pachirisu. Well, that's a Ringo if I ever saw one. Yes, please endure. So I won't be able to one-hit you. Ah, jeez. I've been paralyzed again. Nope. Game said no. Try quick attack again, without getting paralyzed. I think this thing has got 3 paralysis moves. Nasty little bugger. Get the ball. There we are. Alright. Pachirisu was caught. Okay, who's learning Play Rough? Oh, Kite is. Let's see. It's good to actually have a fairy type move. I think I want it instead of Lick, yeah. Okay, yeah, and this was Ringo. Ooh, Yaden is evolving. Okay, Yaden evolved into Corvisquire. Alright. Ah! What did I just run into? Place is getting very populated by crows. It's highly populated by crows. So I'm almost at the top of the mountain now. That's how high I've been climbing. Oh, no. I think we've hit a snag. This is where this cliffside ends. Crud. Well, clearly I am having a difficult time navigating. Let's see. What if I hop down here? Now we're running along the cliff edge. Let's see how far this takes us. It can probably just put us right onto another dead end. Spider-Man flashbacks. Vertigo from falling. Okay, so what is that village down there? It's not the one that I was just at. That's the question I want to answer. No, that is... I believe that might actually be the village. No, well, it can't be because it's not pointing in the direction. Anyways, there might not be a way for me to get over this cliff and get across them. Hello, Rockruff. Boy. This game is pretty highly populated with the dog Pokemon. Yeah, because does that look like the Olive Stadium down there? If I drop down there and it is not... It is the town that I've already been to, then this will be very, very embarrassing. Yeah, it is. That town is a town that I've already been to, so I shouldn't be going towards it. Facepalm. So that's the thing. I'm probably gonna stop at that cliff edge right over there. And there isn't gonna be a way to get across again. Okay, I think I have proved to the internet, my viewers, and everybody on God's green earth that I don't have the slightest idea how to navigate in this game. Uh-oh. This is fair. I find rotating mini-maps to be needlessly disorienting. I wonder if I can fix the map. That would be the first thing that I would try to do. Well, simply put, you know, probably the only way that I can get there is by way of the first town. So I'm going to try that now. So when we said that this game was open world, we didn't necessarily say that that was a good thing. So this is exactly the situation that I was in previously. Is that here I am. You know, going in directly the same direction that I need to go. And I'm going to stop here at this river. What I need to do instead is I need to find where a bridge is. And so it's a very good chance that there's one in this direction, which would be the opposite direction. And just up that hill that way. Just go in the direction of the squirrels, chat. Chase the squirrels. See, I think there's a Pokemon Center up there that I haven't been to yet. See, that feels like... If I start going that way, then I'm going to be traveling in a slightly more upward direction. Let's see. Have you been to that Poke Center next to the bridge yet? There's a bridge. Let's see. So see, there's like a little bit of a land stretch right about here. And so if I go across that, then I'll be on the other side of the river. And theoretically, I can get past these cliffs in order to go to that town. See it west of me. Well, okay, if this is north, then this is west. See all that village down there? That was the village that I just came from. Trying to see where a bridge is. Well, see, what you think is a bridge is that that is a that's just part of the canopy on the outcropping of the town. There's a ramp beyond the village. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Like an area that's just above the cliff. But I feel like I might have been there as well. You know, if I go in this direction... So what I need to do is I need to do the things that, will help upgrade my ride, because then I'll get the ability to glide over cliffs. I'll get the ability to, I'll get the ability to swim through the rivers. And all these obstacles that I'm facing won't be obstacles anymore. Another thing that's not helping me is that if you're just going by the landscape, this game has been notoriously difficult in terms of draw distance. So, even if I look all the way out in the distance, it might not be helping me, because I just might be seeing obstacles as other things. So yeah, this was the ramp up to the mountains that you had mentioned before. Oh, there's a Mankey. What level are you, Mankey? So Mankeys have a third evolved form in this game. Wow, already doing seismic toss, huh? It's not good for me to actually be hit by fighting moves. Oh, well, I'm actually not using my normal type. But when I'm done with this... Oops. Sheesh, okay. Well, I ended up fading the thing anyway. I might need to add a fighting type to this group. That might be something that's necessary. Yeah, we're not bothering with the cricket. So I'm hoping that at some point they're actually going to release a software update that's going to fix all of these issues with the draw distance. This is a very hard game to play with it looking the way that it does. Yeah, absolutely hope so too. Okay, so we've hit the 2-hour mark. I'm probably going to play up to 1 more hour. You know, just to make sure that there's going to be some substance at the very end of this stream. I mean, we've been running around, we've been doing open world stuff, and it's all been fun, and I do enjoy this aspect of the game very much, but you know, I'm silently hoping that when I'm actually playing for you, the streaming audience, that I can actually get some storyline elements done. It needs a lot of performance work in general. I almost ran right into that mudbray. Well, I'm getting somewhere. And at any rate, I am setting up more waypoints that I can use the flying taxi on. So I always find myself, you know, getting in that exact same problem when I play any Pokemon game. When I was on the Scarlet Derby channel and when I was playing Brilliant Diamond, I also had this problem. So, the Arvin has called me. He says the Open Sky Titan lives somewhere on this mountain. But there are all these crazy boulders raining down from the mountain too. It's going to be a little tricky to stand around and look for the Titan while dodging all those. I think you'll be set flying if you get hit by a falling boulder, but maybe you can power your way atop that brood of yours. So yeah, still not exactly trying to do this. So I'm bypassing a lot of this game just out of hopes that I'm going to be able to find my way to the next to the next gym, and I can see that up ahead there's a cavern. There's a good chance that where I'm headed is going to be on the other side of that cavern. Alright. Alfornada Cavern. Alfornada. This game really likes its Spanglish. Uh-oh. Yeah, somebody... Eventually they thought I was free-falling and then they respawned me. Billion-dollar company. Oi. Okay, because I'm playing the game in an unorthodox way, this is when we're gonna start seeing the funny stuff. That Pokemon is level 38. I probably shouldn't be in this cave yet. Well, at any rate, I don't think I'm going to be able to get any further if I try to continue to go through the cavern. So, yeah, we've hit another dead end. Probably the very next thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to meet up with this other fella and do the boss Pokemon battle. What's the name of the town that I'm trying to go through? I'm trying to go to... yeah, Alfornada. Yeah, I'm trying to go to Alfornada. But maybe that's not actually the place I should be going to. Say, look up perhaps the gym that is supposed to come after... open the world map really quick. See, this is the large overworld map. So the first Victory Road combatant, I believe, was supposed to be this one. Okay. Go west of the coast of the west area. Of the West Sea. This is the West Sea. There's one in the middle of that mountain right there. So if I were like to give the map its proper orientation, where the text says West Paladian Sea, East Paldean Sea, West Paldean Sea. Yeah, I keep reorienting the map in a funny way whenever I say orient the map north. This is the map north, according to the compass. Okay, there. So yeah, that's the search for the open sky tower. That's where they had wanted me to go to. In that divot, the one that says Path of Legend, or the beach next to the text. Oh, I see. That little inlet beach. The bridge is around there. Around a little inlet beach. Oops. Got specifically what I was doing. The one that I was hovering over. You need to be in the Alfrenata Cavern. Taking it from this one Drifloon. Well, even catching doesn't seem to be working out for me right now. So I believe we were on the right path. Well, the problem with that is I didn't seem to have the ability to go over the very large cliff wall that was in the front of the cavern. So if I can't cross that, then what I have to do is then I have to go and meet up with that second storyline battle. I don't think you need to jump up. Crud. Fainted that one too. Ah, jeez. Seriously? There are way too many Pokemon hanging out around here. Because here's the issue, okay? I walk into the cave. Okay, no way up over here. No way up all the way to the end over here. See, I can get over here to this cliff wall. I can leap up onto this cliff half right here. But then I can't get through across here. Eventually, this is going to double back to where the opening is going to be. So I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. And the fact that the Pokemon are a very high level, also probably a pretty good indication of that. There's a path on the outside of the cave. Oh, crud. Well, now I'm stuck in this battle with this Doug Trio. This Doug Trio is about to, So, fortunately, because it fainted a Pokemon, I actually get to leave that fight. A lot of people are complaining about a hard-to-find side path. Okay, well, I'm going to go around the cave now. Okay, so this is the cliff edge. Leap on the cliff edge and start walking around the perimeter of the cave. Go to the map again. Okay. Southwest of Cortando should be this patch of land. Southwest of Cortando. Okay, so this is oriented north. So southwest, there should be that brownish area that's to the east of me. That brownish area. Are you talking about the beach or are you talking about... Oh, I'm over it right now. So you're talking about the beach. Not the beach. Up here. You passed it. You keep moving the marker around. Okay, from here, what direction do I go? Keep the marker centered on my icon. Yes. Southeast. Southeast. Where that circle of water is. Okay, let me set the circle of water as my destination. Crud. I don't even know if this is the next gym leader I'm supposed to be fighting. Okay, there's a circle of water. Okay, so then do I continue to go this way? Well, once again, let me mark Alfrenata. It's not exactly on the water, but it's a good landmark. Zoom in on the map again? Alright. So this bridge right here is where I should be going. Alright. That's the one, don't jump off. I've already jumped off. I am here. The bridge start by going up the cliff, going up the mountain and then turning around. You went way past it. Well, yeah, because I'd already jumped off. Okay, the arch ahead of you. Okay, I'm in the arch. I'm out the other side of the arch. And then I need to go... That arch ahead of you... up there is the bridge you're supposed to take. Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to have gone across the arch. Okay, now I've gone across the arch. So over there is the cave entrance. I'm walking above the cave entrance now. Well, eventually I'm going to go walk all the way around here, but then I'm going to reach this edge. Oh, and then I mean, I can keep traveling north and north and north until I reach this bridge. Let me set my next waypoint there. There's a point where you have to jump on to another cave entrance. Well, let's see. There's an area that leads into the water, but then there's a bar on the other end that I could possibly jump on. The player in this video is way zoomed in. They really botched it. Well, I'm going to play a safety here. I'm going to continue to march north until I find this bridge. The cave entrance was behind the pool of the water the entire time. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a really hidden cave entrance. Okay, so where am I right now? I feel like that will take me back to Cortando. I'm getting further and further away from Alfornada. I don't think Alfornada is even the place I'm supposed to go to if it's this hard to get to there from here. You know, they said this was, yeah, there is no correct path. It's truly open world. Well, it's truly open world, but it's truly frustrating to do this unless I start upgrading a little bit more. Or unless I actually choose to play the storyline path. Alright. I call you Jiminy. Alright. Alright, so yeah. Okay, circle-shaped pond again. Cave entrance. Cave entrance. It's not supposed to be on the same level as the circle-shaped lake, is it? Yeah, you do jump down by the pond. Okay, jumping down. Okay. By the pond. You actually had to slow the video down because the uploader edited it to be 10 times as fast as normal. And it was just hard to see what they did. Okay, here I am on the same level as the pond. So follow the wall behind you. So this wall. This wall. Well, there should be a cave down there somewhere. Like, when you say there's a cave down there somewhere, do you mean I need to be on the same level as the lake, or do I need to be one area below it? One area below it. Okay. Okay, well then I'm gonna jump down from here now. Okay, I didn't think that was actually gonna work. I've got a much stronger Fampy than this anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna leap off the cliff. No, that just leads to the river. I need to be on this area that's still land. Yeah, right about here. And that's the cave entrance. Okay. Well, my team's been taking a beating for a while. I should probably try to heal up. Say, what was I supposed to press in order to automatically heal again? I'm really seeing how terribly they did the map topography. Well, certainly I am too. Let me see, I have 2 lemonades to give. Well, I can only give 1 because then I have to use 2 revives. Okay, going into this cave. There's a little thin sandbar. There's some of these salamanders from Sun and Moon in here. Let me see. What are you? There's an ominous black stake driven into the ground. Will you pull it out? Probably not. Let's leave that until I actually know what it is. Okay, so now I'm here. So I need to start turning in this direction to get to Alfornada. I wonder if I have to go along the coastline. Well, first of all, let me set the waypoint again. That's pointing me right up against a cliff wall. Yeah, I go along the coast. Yeah. Alright. This map is way too disorienting. I don't see a benefit to being able to turn it all around. Yeah, they should have kept... You know, in order to make it effective, you know, the main map should have stayed oriented facing north. And, you know, we still have the waypoint map. You know, take the high road, yeah. There's trainers up here that are asking, where is Alfornada supposed to be? So yeah, I've found myself traveling the single hardest path I'm supposed to find in order to find a gym leader. Okay, there's another cavern here. So my question is, am I going to get here and then is everybody going to be too tough in order for me to conflict with? Well, even if it does, you know, I'll be able to set the waypoint at the Pokemon Center. And come back here if this is too challenging. Brady, I must slumber. Thank you very much for streaming. Yes, thank you very much for tuning in, Red Rabbit. Have a good night. Now I'm on top of it. At least you'll have the flight path unlocked. Precisely. Well, am I going too far up? No, probably I'm not. See, I was able to go up this way, or I was able to hop off the cliffs on the other side. There's just a ton of Pokemon and trainers that I'm just running past now. I just want to find the denouement of this. I need closure. Uh-oh. You keep going up. That's what I surmised. Because at one point, you know, you even go up the cliff face and you find yourself right on top of where the village is supposed to be. Oh, darn it. This is the opposite of going all the way up. Ah, crud. Well, now I don't know. Now I can't. I've gotten myself stuck in a hole. Now I can't jump off of up these cliffs. Okay, well, I'm done tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to negotiate this anymore. Maybe I'm supposed to go to Cascarafa next. But that path is absolutely the correct path, yeah. Well, let me see. Where's my nearest Pokemon station? I think, yeah, 3. There's 3 candidates for that. Yeah, I've completely worked myself into a corner here. I am not leaping out of this. That looks like it's near, but... well, alright. I think I've already proven to everybody and myself how complex this all is. You'll get it. Oh, I've got it. I'm in the process of being it. No, that's the thing is I think I'm too far and away and I'm not really, there's probably 1 or 2 places that I can go where I can get upgrades, where I can some other tasks that I need to do that are part of my task list that would be easier than this. I shouldn't just be trying to go to the hardest to find location right away. So here I am right here. And so, yeah, the nearest place I would have to travel is probably, yeah, just near Cortando again. No, there's no wrong way to do that. I know that you believe that there's no wrong way to do that, but there's probably a much more efficient way to do it. So, yeah, I'm going to get myself out of this hole. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to end the stream for tonight. Find myself onto the path of, the very next place I'm supposed to go on the walkthrough. And then we will take this up again approximately by next week. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to end here. Alright. So, thank you everybody once again for tuning into Brainy the RPG Cat. I think I had proven so I've proven to myself that this is definitely a much more complex Pokemon game than I have ever seen before. But so once I kind of figure out, what my path through the storyline is going to be, then we'll pick this up again. And in the meantime, I'll be playing this on my own. I'm going to be continuing to catch Pokemon and level up my team. And we'll see where things go from there. So, anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Once again, this stream is brought to you by GreatMedia.Games. For inexpensive TCG single cards, visit GreatMedia.Games and use the code TENFINITY at checkout for 10% off your online purchase. And this stream is also brought to you by Extra Life, supporting Children's Hospital Colorado. We're running the campaign in order to continue to donate to Children's Hospital Colorado. If you're interested in helping us, please follow the link that is in chat. We're going to be continuing to collect all the way through to December 31st. So, this coming week, I do have a few vacation days, so I am probably going to be streaming a little bit more often. This coming Tuesday, I believe that I'm going to be on here and I'm going to be doing my usual Tuesday night stream together with GreatMedia.Games and Rocky Mountain Pro. So yeah, we'll be here playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel tomorrow. And then following that on Wednesday, we are going to be playing part 1 of a playthrough of Persona 5 Royal. So, look very forward to that. I know that I am, because this is a RPG that I've been wanting to play all the way through for some time. Alrighty then, thank you everybody for tuning in. I am going to do a raid now. Let's see. Let me see. Who would I like to visit right now? So I think I would like to see, let's go over to Lasgar Luckman right now. They're playing a game of Among Us with some other young, fresh-faced VTubing personalities. So let's go ahead and let's head over there. You're spoiling us with this variety. Well, once again, since this is the winter break, I'm just going to have a lot more. I'm going to have more than usual days off. So while I'm doing that, then I just have a lot of extra time in order to give you more stream days, bring you more streaming video games, just bring you more content in general. So, I'm fully dedicated to doing that. But anyways, thank you everybody for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you all so much for watching.